So today I want to talk about the topic of dieting, and the title of this open office session is going to be Stop Dieting. So, you hear people always talk about this term diet. I'm on a diet, I'm trying to lose weight, I'm dieting. But unfortunately, with the fitness and health and fitness industry now, so many people are just trying to make money off of faddy products and faddy diet terms, and just false ways of trying to help people lose weight just to make money. But in actual fact, it's actually worse for that person that's following this advice. And a lot of it can be down to these fad diets. Keto, Atkins, Weight Watchers, they're making tons of money off of people. And yeah, some of it does help, but for most people it doesn't, because you're creating this diet where you feel like you've got to be on it for a short space of time, and then that's it. But this is never the case, because what we need to understand is this has to be a lifestyle. It has to be a lifestyle change. We have to understand that these diets are not magic bullets. There is no magic formula. It really comes down to creating that calorie deficit. And we can do that with a lifestyle change and understanding calories, and understanding that we shouldn't always label food good and bad. We can still eat junk food within reason. When we create a diet, sometimes it makes us feel like we're on this short time frame of being super strict, and we can't deviate, and we might even lose weight and be successful. But when we finish, we can go back to our old ways of eating crap all the time, not watching what we're eating, not calorie counting. And again, this leads to that yo-yo dieting, which is not good, right? So what we want to focus on is understanding that it's a lifestyle change, and educating yourself on calorie intake, educating yourself on when you're consuming food. Yes, we have to be careful of the calorie intake, but you're consuming food for more than just a number. It's how you feel as well. And this is where these fad diets are not great, because some people follow them even though they don't even like them. I've had so many people come to me and tell me that they're following a keto diet, and I'm like, do you like carbs? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, so why are you not eating them? You can still eat carbs and get in shape. Oh, but keto, my friend done keto and lost 12 pounds in 3 weeks. Yeah, because they've just reduced calories. So these specific diets, for the most part, are not going to help the average person that just wants to lose weight, because they're too restrictive. And again, you're creating this kind of short-term fix, and there isn't one. It's all about understanding you've got to create better habits, you've got to create a better lifestyle, and not feel like you're always on a diet, because it's a negative word as well, isn't it? Oh, I'm on a diet. I'm on a diet now. And you don't want that. You can be following a nutrition plan that's, like a meal plan, but you don't have to follow that forever. And you're not giving it a bad name. I think it's the name is what makes it, gives it a negative association. And also how you feel about this specific diet. Whereas if you're just following a nutrition plan and you've got someone that's changing it for you, like a coach, then obviously that's more of a tailored approach, a custom approach, and it's flexible. That was the word I was looking for. It's flexible. It's the word that I use a lot when people come to me, because they look at my page and they think, oh, these guys that are getting ripped are following a strict diet, chicken, broccoli, and rice every single day. When time and time again in my content, I've said that most of the guys, or every one of my guys that I work with, follows a flexible approach. sometimes too flexible, but they're still eating, and you guys are still eating the junk food, the processed foods, the treats, the sugar foods, alcohol, stuff that people think, oh, you can't have on a diet. So understanding that makes it a lot easier to feel that I don't want to have a deadline. Like, I know you guys, when you sign up with the program, it's a 3 month, a 6 month program, but you're not always going to get the results you want in that time frame, because you can't undo 20 years of bad habits and weight gain in 3 to 6 months. But it gets you started, and it gets you a result, and then hopefully you stay on to build those positive habits to further progress, and understand it's a lifestyle change. There's nothing worse than a client that gets a result, a great result, and then goes back to their old ways. And I've seen it time and time again. And I'm not saying it's like, I know I said there's nothing worse, but I don't like it because it feels like we've not changed their habits enough. But I do understand it can happen because you've not got that accountability anymore. Something might happen in life where you haven't got that time and energy to focus on anymore. But I've had a lot of clients that leave me with a result and continue to make progress and don't go backwards. So it all depends on the person, obviously, but it's really about understanding that we are building positive habits. We are not creating this dieting mentality where we've got to be on and off, on and off, on and off. We need to have a good relationship with food, and this means understanding that it's always going to be down to your calorie intake, and it's not about following this specific diet for this time. I'm going to try intermittent fasting. I'm going to try carnivore, because as much as I try these things, not because they're going to help me lose weight, because of the different, how would I describe it? So carnivore, for example. So I would never say I'm following a carnivore diet. People ask me, oh yeah, you're eating a lot of meat. And I'm like, are you on the carnivore diet? No, it's high meat, but I'm not on a carnivore diet, because I will eat anything else that I want. But most of my food is beef. Most of my food is high protein, high fat foods. Not because I think it's going to be a special way of helping me lose fat, but I believe that good quality beef and steak are loaded with micronutrients. So I believe that to be the best protein source for me, but not a diet, because you will see my Instagram, I eat crap as well, but 90% of the time it's good quality food. And if I feel like any food that I want, I will have it. And I had a client message me the other day saying, what do I do if I'm craving chocolate? And I say, eat it. No food is off limits. You've got your calories. You can have the chocolate, 250 calories worth of chocolate if you want. Have that every day if you wanted to. I know a lot of you guys do. And this is where we're like, oh, I can have these foods in moderation, as long as it doesn't trigger a binge or trigger me to overeat. We're having a lifestyle here. If you want to have ice cream with your kids, have ice cream with your kids. You are not on a plan that you can't have these foods. And, when you sign up to my program, you might be signing up to a 3-6 month package. But if you keep saying to yourself, I've got to get in shape in next 3 months, or I've got to get in shape within 6 months, then after the 3 or 6 months program is up, you might even just be like, oh, I'm off plan now. I'm going to go back to my old ways. So yes, you are on that coaching program with me for that time. But if you keep saying that you've got to get to that result in that time frame, then you're treating it like a diet. You're treating it like, you're not looking at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is understanding that you should these lifestyle changes should last forever. Otherwise, you're just going to keep yo-yoing and you're never going to be in shape. And I'm in shape all the time. Like in my standards, I'm not. But for most people, if I took my top off right now, people are like, "Wow, you're in shape." And I'm about to post an Instagram post up today, a physique update, just updating, what I'm doing right now, and showing you my picture, and it's pretty good shape for most people's standards. For mine, obviously, I'm always trying to progress and achieve more, but it's because I've built up these habits over years and years and years and years. It would be very, very hard for me to get out of shape. And I don't say this to belittle anyone or talk down to anyone and saying, it's easy for me. It's not easy for me, but I've just built up this understanding that I'm never on a diet. I'm on a phase where I might be stepping up a little bit more, putting a little bit more energy and focus into it. I understand that there's times where we have to just put a little bit more time and energy into it. There's periods where we have to be a bit stricter. There's periods where we have to be a bit more disciplined. But if you're saying that you're on a diet, then it's just a negative association. And you don't have to understand that there's a blueprint for you. And it's not short term, it's long term. You want to be performing your best until you're 60, until you can't exercise. Well, you can if you want, but like obviously when you get to that age, it gets harder. But what I'm trying to say is don't keep thinking short term. Think long term. Think how this is going to serve you in 10, 20, 30 years time. And like I've said this before, and I know it sounds egotistical, but I do believe with the way I eat, the way I train, the way I look at my health, I'll be living till I'm 100 unless I get hit by a car, because I look after my body, my mind, and I'm thinking long term. I'm not always thinking short term. And this is why, you do see me binging every now and again. You do see me eating crap, but I'm balancing it all out. It's never like, I'm never doing that for a very long period of time to a point where I'm just gaining tons of weight, because this can be an issue with bodybuilders. You will see it. And this is what I had a problem with when I was a bodybuilder, is that you've got this time frame of prep where you're dieting you're cutting, you're on a diet. You tell yourself you're on a diet for this amount of time. And then once it's done and you've competed, it's like, oh, it's finished now. I can go back to normal life. And then what you've done is you've just created this negative association. And then you just eat all the foods that you've been craving because you've limited them. Because when you do a bodybuilding prep, it's too strict because of bodybuilding style diets. Again, this is a bodybuilding style diet. You label it. It's too strict. You cut out a lot of stuff. And then you just eat everything in sight, and then you yo-yo and you gain 10, 20, 30 pounds back very quickly. And that's not what I do anymore. I've been this weight for over 2 years and still making progress with my fitness, my strength, and other goals. So I've just been aware that I've been speaking for around 15 minutes. So I think that's good to wrap it up here. Stop dieting. Stop looking at this as a diet. You're on a phase of where you're trying to cut body fat, build muscle, build strength. But in terms of nutrition, you're understanding that you're just reducing calories. So you're reducing calories, but the way you eat should be the way you eat forever. It's the way what you enjoy. You enjoy a balance of eating high quality foods, some cake and Krispy Kremes whenever you feel like it, but it's balanced. And then when you need to lose weight, we're just reducing calories. We're not on a diet, because it doesn't end in 12 weeks. Because the guys that have been with me for 2 years plus, they're not on a diet for 2 years. They're on a different phase of their journey. They're cutting, they're gaining, they're cutting, they're gaining. And then it's a lifestyle for these people. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you've got any questions around this topic by just posting them below in the group. And hope that was helpful to give you just a little bit of a different perspective when it comes to your transformation. See you guys in the next video.